Today's story is titled Something is Wrong with My Leg by Competitive Pickle 42. The link to the story is in the description below. Please enjoy. I woke up feeling a bit odd this morning. When I attempted to get out of bed, my leg almost creaked when it moved. My left knee hinged awkwardly, and I tried bending it a few times. There was a hitch in it that caught the same spot every time. That wasn't the only strange thing. When I finally got up, I noticed blood on the sheets. I felt it to see if it was wet, and noticed it was clumpy and oddly solid. I don't know how else to describe it, except like unfinished gelatin. It was obviously still blood, but it was wrong. Even weirder, I went through the clumps and found teeth. Human teeth. What kind of hell had I woken up in? The blood had come from an oozing wound on the back of my thigh, right above the bend in my knee. When I grazed it, the pain was excruciating. I could already feel the swelling. I immediately began trying to rationalize it. I hadn't been drinking the night before, so my memory was solid. It's just me here in this old apartment. I checked the latch on my door, and it was still locked. The only window was in the living room, but since the apartment was 3 stories up, I quickly ruled out anyone climbing through, though I did check for any signs an animal might have gotten in. Nothing. I must have scratched it while I was sleeping. Could it have gotten so infected so quickly, though? It felt as though it were on fire, and the flames were licking greedily up and down my leg, sprouting tendrils of fire away from the wound. The hitching and grinding had grown worse from the apartment check. I sat on the couch for a minute and attempted to inspect it, but I couldn't quite see it. Not good enough to inspect it anyways. Flares of shooting pain sent me back in motion. I went to the bathroom, every step creaking and popping unnaturally. Every movement sent a jolt of pain as well as new heat from the infected wound. It was maybe 30 steps to the bathroom, but with the pain in every step, it felt like it might as well have been a mile. The grinding grew with each step as well. It felt as though there was something in my knee that shouldn't be there, shifting and grinding in the ligaments and tendons. The pain was nearly unbearable. I finally got to the bathroom and searched through the box I have full of toiletries, cursing myself for not being better organized. Where is it? Where? I cursed, dumping the box out on the floor. Finally, I saw the case I was looking for. I opened it and removed a pair of sharp-looking tweezers. I propped my foot on the toilet so I could see the infected wound in the mirror. I used the tweezers to open the wound, trying to see what could be in it, causing the grinding and hitching in my knee. The veins around the wound were a red-purple and super inflamed, and the tweezers caused a flower of pain to bloom around the red, pus-filled wound. The flower's roots stretched all the way to my hip and my ankle, digging and grinding their way into my deep tissue. Every tweak of the tissue or pull of the tissue reignited that crippling pain. Finally, however, I got the pus to drain. It felt as if a water balloon had popped on my leg. A large, hard object shot from the swollen wound, followed by a clumpy wad of pus and a stream of blood. The swelling didn't immediately go down, and it felt as if it was still on fire. Blood was running freely down my leg now, staining the ivory porcelain of the toilet a muddy red. I followed the stream that shot from my leg and grabbed the object that shot out. It was a human tooth. I puked on the floor, mostly bile. I couldn't focus. The room was spinning. Had I just shot a tooth from my knee? How had it got there? Did someone bite me and it broke off? I felt the exit wound. It was still swollen around it, and still so tender that even the slightest touches causes immense shooting pain. I walked to the kitchen, that left knee of mine still grinding and hitching with every motion. The grinding had gotten worse, and it made movement worse. I went to the kitchen counter, leaning on it to avoid putting pressure on my leg. I eased my way down to the knife block and grabbed the paring knife. I started making my way back to the bathroom. The wound was pulsing with pressure and pain now, throbbing. Once I had gotten away from the counter, the going got harder. My knee had nearly locked up now, and I could barely put any pressure on it. I tried avoiding the blood that covered the floor on the way to the bathroom, but the stiff leg made it difficult. I fell right before the bathroom door and caught myself on the doorframe. A sharp pain shot through my side. Blood quickly covered my hand. I looked down and saw the knife sticking out of my side. Crimson ichor flowed around the blade. I had to be fast now. I was running out of time. I quickly propped the leg back up on the toilet. I pulled the knife out of my side. With a fresh gush of blood, my body finally released the blade. I watched in the mirror as I carefully grabbed the extremely swollen place on the back of my leg. It had swollen to nearly the size of a softball now. I sliced it vertically from top to bottom, careful not to go too deep. My hands were shaking and blood was everywhere in the bathroom now. As the knife opened, rising all the way up, teeth and blood came pouring out of it. Hundreds of human teeth, in all shapes and sizes, came tumbling out. I finally lost my balance and fell, my left leg feeling almost calcified and solid now. I lay on the floor fighting to keep consciousness. The last thing I saw before my vision went black was thousands of little blood-covered teeth moving around in the blood that pooled all around me. Then oblivion took me.